Yeah, we're back with the second segment of the Harry Thomas Show Week in Review. Today is February 16th, 2008. The website is located at harrythomas.info. I'm your host, Harry Thomas. Let's just get right into this. This come out of the McClatchy newspapers, Thursday, February 14th, 2008. Feds admit to jailing U.S. citizens as illegal immigrants, but call the incidences rare. Says here that McClatchy said they've seen a small but growing number of cases of U.S. citizens who have been mistakenly detained and sometimes deported by ICE. Says here that this one guy was mistakenly detained for weeks in an Arizona immigration facility and was told he was going to be deported to Russia, while another guy was deported. He was Pedro Guzman. He was a mentally disabled U.S. citizen. He got sent to Mexico. He was found months later when he tried to return to the United States. I mean, deporting U.S. citizen. I mean, what kind of madness is going on? We need to take back control, but it ain't by this big brother control that's going to save us. And that's what they're pushing. They're creating the problem so that you'll accept their solution. And we can't stand for this. Child fingerprints, they're going to be checked at all European borders. Children as young as 6 will have to have their fingerprints checked in order to enter or exit the European Union under radical proposals made by Brussels. Now, the idea that visitors and possibly EU citizens, including children aged 6 and above, should enter an enclosed box and be told what to do by machines and computers decide to let them in or out, and that's quite appalling proposal. And I have to agree. Look what's happening at the U.S.-Mexico border. You can't trust these international bodies and these international corporations running things. This is madness. Children fingerprinted? And it just gets worse. Arrested, caged, and DNA tested for using the MP3. This came out of the UK Metro. A commuter was arrested at gunpoint and had his DNA and fingerprints taken simply for listening to an MP3 player while waiting on the bus. Darren Nixon was surrounded by armed police after his music player was mistaken for a gun. Well, there was this person that saw him change the tracks and panicked and dialed 999. All this madness is caused by fear-mongering, okay? There's terrorists lurking around every corner, and we have to spy on our neighbors. He was put in a cell. His fingerprints and DNA and mugshot were taken before he was released. The force will keep that on record that he was arrested on suspicion of a firearms offense when he didn't even have a gun. He had an MP3 player. DNA records are kept for life so that they can be matched for future samples. That's it. They got everything on him for life now, just because somebody mistaked his MP3 player for a gun. And remember, what happens over there happens over here. Now, children are to be put in a database and tracked for life. This come out of the Daily Mail again. The exams and personal details of every 14-year-old in England are to be put on an electronic database for the rest of their lives. Ain't that great? This is just getting bad. And America is becoming a police state. Tasers, torture, and terror. Torture and atrocities are not confined to Abu Ghraib. In and out of the nation's outsourced penal institutions, perverts with badges terrorize the nation, threatening innocent children, women, and the handicapped. Everyone is a target. What Nazi mentality makes a lethal enemy of those who they've been sworn to protect and serve. It kind of pisses you off. My fellow Americans, we are being made war upon. There's no coincidence that the culture of fear that has been unleashed by the administration of George W. Bush, no one's safe from it. You're not safe from it in your home, your car, your property is not safe of it. This is what it means to be living in a police state. Check out this article. I'm telling you, it's got all kinds of videos about what a police state looks like and how the cops have been told that it's okay to use tasers on children. I mean, what kind of mentality? This is a Nazi mentality. There's a new bill to allow police misconduct to be hidden from the public. This came out of KUTV Channel 2. And a new bill proposed at the legislature would allow for police to withhold misconduct reports from the public. Supporters of the bill believe that police misconduct should be kept secret from the public so as to not discredit police testimony. This dude was zapped by a taser by Trooper John Gardner. The video was recorded by the patrol car. Or a lot of them they are now. Now more than 1 million people watched this video on YouTube, okay? Because Massey had got an official records request, and them are available for misconduct reports in Utah, where they released all the video and investigation report. But under this new bill, SB 260, sponsored by Senator Chris Butters, means you couldn't get it, and all this stuff would be kept secret and away from the public eye. They can just go ahead and get away with this stuff by doing this. Why would a senator who's out for the interest of the people even introduce legislation like this? That baffles me. You know, he's definitely working for an agenda, a globalist control system. I mean, we can't let him get away with it. And this trooper got away with it anyway. Even after an investigation, it was deemed that he was all right. And I seen the video myself, and it was clearly a case of misconduct. Now, CNN helps Mike McConnell make the case to destroy the Fourth Amendment. See, the media is controlled by globalists who are pushing for a new world order, a global control system. I mean, this is how they're doing it right in front of our face. On CNN, John Roberts, they said that they need a retroactive immunity for the telecommunication companies that have been spying on Americans. Okay, and they want to prevent attorneys from launching lawsuits to keep from uncovering information about these programs, because once you're under oath and you go through the course, that's documented. Okay, it's the same thing. They don't want to allow anything in the court. They don't want to allow anything in the court because they don't want to expose these secret programs. These programs are completely secret. Even top-level officials and our own politicians cannot view these papers. Okay? Our elected officials. Private freaking entities are allowed to watch some of this stuff. I mean, this is just incredible. And, you know, they've just allowing the corporations to play internet cop. And you know, here's it is. Internet cop Comcast purposely slows internet traffic. That's come out of the Washington Post. They purposely are deciding who can use bandwidth and who can't. The Homeland Ministry office is using spy imagery against citizens. And you're paying for your own tyranny. This is coming out of the department's spending plan. They're getting ready to take a bunch of money to spy on you and put you under tyranny. You know, here's one come out of the people. Big Brother's watching you. That this is all legal, this spying, and it's all over the UK. It's all over America, and we need revolutionary change everywhere. Okay, we need worldwide change. I'm going to be back in the next segment to talk about this fear that they're using to try to get you to go along with this system and using you like the herd of sheep and enslaving you in their global web. I'll be back with that right after this.
Chains are being forged. We're being put into this brave new world. And people need to face the scope of this electronic straitjacket that's being projected against you and your family. Now we need to talk about the Total Information Awareness Network and how it ties into the cashless society control grid. You know, H.R.R. Tolkien, the famous South African, wrote a book about this evil demon in a mythical world who had this pyramidal tower with this burning eye that could see everything and pierce flesh and stone. And I pointed out on my radio show that that was the symbol of the Total Information Awareness Network. And then right after that, I saw an article in USA Today and in the Washington Post. One of them read, "The Eye is Watching," and it says, in J.R.R. Tolkien's fantastic work of fiction, The Lord of the Rings, the Dark Lord Sauron, not able to maintain a physical form, attempting to dominate Middle-earth, is depicted as an evil eye, able to penetrate time, space, and the human mind. The evil force sought to dominate Middle-earth. In a bizarre and frightening case of life-imitating art, the United States Defense Department has created an office that seeks those same limitless powers as Tolkien's Dark Lord. The Information Awareness Network seeks what it calls total information awareness. The agency has even adopted the New World Order symbol of a pyramid with an all-knowing eye hovering above it that is seen on top of the back of the $1 Federal Reserve note.